Hey everybody, it's BK. It is February 4th. It was Wednesday today. And while they've been some long and stressful days, today was the first day I felt like I kind of took a step backwards. And I understand that it's going to happen. Like we can't always gain ground. Sometimes you're going to lose a little bit. So hopefully tomorrow we'll make it up. Um, Such a frustrating experience, I have to say. Like I'm a fighter, and that's what I do for a living is solve problems and get things done. And this is so frustrating between the automated services and the people that answer the phone that just don't care or know what's going on. Long story short, my PET scan was scheduled for tomorrow. And yesterday I was given the opportunity to schedule an appointment with a doctor at Moffitt that my oncologist recommended that I talk to. But that would have meant it would have been tomorrow as well. So it was the same time that the PET scan was essentially, and I would have had to have gotten that rescheduled. So I tried to call my local Florida cancer specialists and ask them their opinion. I had several other questions too that I wanted to ask, but that was kind of the most important was which is the most important thing here? Is it most important to get into Moffitt and get them to take a look at my file and give me their opinion, or is it getting this PET scan done and out of the way? Well, I called. They told me that somebody would call me back. I never heard back. Moffitt made it clear if I didn't schedule that by 5 o'clock at night, I wasn't going to get that appointment any longer. So that one was essentially off the table. Today, I'm down at an account at a meeting at 3:30 in the afternoon, and I miss a phone call and check my voicemail, and it's Florida Cancer Specialties saying that they needed authorization to do the PET scan from my insurance company, and they never got that authorization. And because it's a radioactive material that they use for the PET scan, it has to be sent and delivered at very specific times because of the lifespan of this radioactive material. And so since we were already past 3 o'clock, there was no way she could get it delivered in order to do the PET scan tomorrow. So this is tending to be my luck, where now all of a sudden, not only is the PET scan canceled, but I can't go meet the doctor at Moffitt either. So that was kind of a bummer. I finally did hear back from the University of Miami. That didn't go well at all. The first lady was really rude on the phone, and I was about to hang up and just give up on them completely. And when I told her my situation, then all of a sudden, apparently I ended up not in the oncology section. And when I told her my diagnosis, she apologized and told me she'd keep me in her prayers, and it was nice. But she sent me over to oncology. There's a family member of a coworker of mine that is currently beating pancreatic cancer through the University of Miami. That's why I reached out to them. And he shared with me who his doctor was. And so I specifically was asking for that same doctor. And, after 10 minutes on the phone, she sits there and says, well, I can't book you to see him because your condition doesn't match with his specialty. Now, I have the same exact diagnosis as this other guy. So I try not to get too upset and understand that these people that are answering the phones, they don't understand cancer diagnoses, and they're just doing their job, and whatever the computer tells them to do, they're doing. But of course, that meant she had to send him a message to see if he would be willing to see me, and that could take up to 4 days. And honestly, I don't really care who it is. I just want somebody competent in pancreatic cancer. But at that point, I wasn't even going to argue because I've done that. In the meantime, MD Anderson out of Texas, their portal's broken. They sent me their portal yesterday. I spent an hour, I think, trying to link their portal 2 different times, and it says it's successful on one screen and unsuccessful on the other. And apparently today they decided to call my wife and yell at her that the documents are not in the portal. She had nothing to do with it. I'm doing it myself, and I've done it twice. And their system is clearly not working, or it's not communicating with Sarasota Memorial, or whatever. I don't know, but that's something else I'll try to tackle and figure out, what to do. But yeah, so that was kind of all that stuff. Looking forward, I'm looking at the future and the positives. And tomorrow I have a meeting with an organization called Team Tony, and they're based out of Sarasota. And apparently this guy was an athlete and diagnosed with brain cancer out of nowhere, thought he was going to die, and he beat it. And so he started this nonprofit where they offer support, and they try to pair you up with a survivor of your same cancer to help you through the process. So I'm looking forward to see what they have to offer and who they might be able to pair me with today. And I believe things happen for a reason. And it was just, I was venting at lunch with Alex and Nate. And I said, I know all these different doctors, dentists, specialists, but I don't know one oncologist. And I said, I wish I could reach out to so many different people and get medical answers. But when it comes to cancer, it's so specialized. I said, I just don't know anybody. And Alex says, well, he threw out a name and it didn't ring a bell. And so he had me get on my phone on Facebook, and apparently he had tagged me twice, but Facebook is not very good at giving you notifications, at least not me. I don't know, because I try to check them pretty often, but this happens all the time where people tag me and stuff and I never see the notification. And that was the case here. So there's this guy that I guess he does something with an organization for pancreatic cancer, and his dad is a survivor. So this all just happened very recently. I reached out to him. He responded. We got in a group chat. He got his dad in there. So I'm going to try and reach out to him tomorrow and have a conversation. But already the things that he said, knowing that it's coming from somebody that was sitting in my seat and survived this, at least so far, and giving me positive feedback is huge. Because it's been so difficult to get anybody to really even give me hope. It's like everybody just focuses on these dead, dreary numbers, and I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to find reasons to not look at any of the negativity. Let's look at the possibilities of what we can do. And I'm looking at all of them. I mean, I had a great conversation with an old friend last night that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and he shared with me Lourdes, France. I had never heard of this place, and you look it up. It's very religious, faith-based, miraculous, and again, a lot of people are going to roll their eyes and go, "Oh, don't waste your time going there." But there's something to be said. There's something to be said about some of these places, and sometimes it's amazing how many miraculous healings happen from prayer, from pilgrimage, from faith. So I'm not counting anything out at this point. If I can catch a flight and go out to France and check that out, I think if nothing else, it'd be an amazing memory. So again, if anybody out there, maybe you've been there, maybe you have some experience that you can share, please let me know. I'd love to hear that. And the same thing, if you're a survivor, I mean, particularly of pancreatic cancer, I'd love to hear your story and hear, what you went through, what maybe you didn't go through, and, any advice that you have, I'm open to. And if you're an oncologist out there that's watching this that can help, please reach out to me and let me know, because this has been crazy just to get another set of eyes on this case, just to confirm, because I'm still a little bit in denial and would love somebody else to just say, yeah, your diagnosis is accurate and the treatment plan that they have sort of laid out so far is the best one. Or there's better options. Come see us at insert clinic here, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm staying positive. It's just one of those days that didn't turn out quite like I had hoped it would, but got through it. So here it is, the end of the day, and it's time to get some rest and tackle tomorrow with 100% and do everything we can. So I challenge everybody out there, give it your 100% tomorrow. Sleep well tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless. BK out.